Hey ladies and gentlemen, Stephen here from the channel Redolescence, and I'm here today joined by my good friend Carlos.
You almost forgot for a minute.
I did, right? What's your name again?
I'm Carlos. BFL.
And today we're going to be shooting episode 10 of our series together called Indecent Exposure, so stay tuned. So Indecent Exposure is a series that we have mutually on both of our channels. We take turns. And in today's episode, we're going to be talking about IDEO Parfumeurs. And what I like about the series is that we don't necessarily just talk about indie brands. We'll talk about some designer brands, some niche brands, some up-and-coming brands, but
that
also
deserve more exposure.
Absolutely. And so recently, I had the opportunity to discover this brand. All of the perfumes I think are wonderful. Some cater more towards my personal taste, some of them don't. But just to talk a little bit about the background of the house, the perfumer was actually discovered when she was working for cosmetics in Paris.
Okay.
Eventually, she was told that she had the abilities to be a pretty established nose. She eventually turned into a master perfumer.
How often does that happen that somebody comes and finds you? You really must have quite a talent.
I always think about that when it comes to music. You know, like there's some up-and-coming band and, you know, they're playing in a basement and then they play one big show and there's a producer in the audience.
Awesome.
And yeah, since then she's made fragrances for L'Oreal, Takasago, Britney Spears, Beyonce, and she is married to Antoine, who is the creative director, and now they have two beautiful daughters. Cool. So despite the fact that all the fragrances are made in Grasse, France, they are designed in Beirut, Lebanon. So they're all kind of inspired by that sort of Mediterranean culture.
Cool. Is that Middle Eastern or Mediterranean or same thing?
It could be a little bit of both, depending on where it's located. Yeah. So we have a few fragrances here, one full bottle, but we're just going to kind of do them in this order. And we'll start off with the first one, which is called Last Canto, which means last song.
Yes.
Cool. And let me just remind myself. Here you go. So for the first one, it has notes of almond, heliotrope, some florals in there as well.
That's exactly what I get. Heliotrope, like an irisy, almondy, something. Very sheer.
Definitely. I like this one because almond is one of my favorite notes. Now, it's not done as sweetly as like Etro's heliotrope or Dulce Aqua by Profumum Roma, but it's still a very well done scent. Very classy, soft spoken, sheer. Like you said, it's not too out there, and I kind of like that about it.
Cool.
The second one is called Malika's Temptation, and this one borders a bit gourmand. I know it has notes of vanilla and praline in it.
What exactly is praline?
What is it? A dessert? I think it's a dessert.
Again, this has that same kind of light feel about it.
Yeah.
I mean, you smell something, but it's very ethereal and sheer. But kind of like what's one from Frederick Malle? L'Hiver.
L'eau d'hiver?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get
I definitely get that comparison too. Yeah, like it's not too chunky, it's not too heavy on the vanilla that it becomes sickly sweet. So it's a nice balance of all of the ingredients in there. I also think there's a little bit of patchouli in there too. Keeps it well grounded.
Well, I didn't get very gourmandy feel from that. You said it borders on gourmand, but I kind of got more like a pale floral type of thing. But,
more florals, kind of like an even balance of the two. Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. The next one here is called Prison Blues.
Wow.
And this is a spicy scent. I remember cardamom and pepper being listed as notes. And I definitely get a lot of that.
How well did you spray these? Did you go lightly?
Pretty well.
Okay, just want to make sure.
I sprayed them pretty well.
This is much more pronounced in my nose.
Yeah.
I get the cardamom. I get patchouli. Is there patchouli in here?
There might be.
I get much more patchouli in this than I did from that.
Okay.
For sure. This is more my speed.
Awesome. Green, earthy, woodsy.
Yeah. Nice.
I like it too. It reminds me of a Parfum de Marly called Byerly.
Byerly. I don't think I've tried that one.
Oh, okay.
Out of all the ones I've tried, that one I haven't.
Yeah, it's awesome. So this one is the one that I have a full bottle of, and I'm still not quite sure what the name means, Tarbouch Afandi. I think Tarbouch is that fez cap. You know, the red cap that has a tassel on it?
Yeah.
And
I had to think for a minute.
And Afandi is...
Afandi.
I guess I'm thinking of it the Greek way. It's kind of like a term of endearment. It means like sir. Just somebody who has like a high social status.
Okay.
You would call him Afandi. And this is...
I have it on skin.
Oh, yes, that's right. You did spray that. This one is Mandarin and Tobacco.
This is a little odd. Like, I like it, but then something's a little strange about it, but it just works.
Yeah.
Like, I can't explain what do you think? It's definitely,
oh, wow.
It has a presence for sure.
You know what I get on your skin? Kind of like a honey smell.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. See? Thank you.
But it smells very realistic. Like it really does smell like honey.
It has a certain fullness about it, but it's not overly sweet. It's not a punch in the face fragrance. It's pretty balanced, but more of a presence than the first two did. This Absolutely. One I liked. I haven't tried this one on skin, but on skin, this one definitely has a presence.
Yeah.
And I could smell it as I'm talking with my hands, as I always do.
Yeah. It's funny, the company requested which one I would like to have a full bottle of. So they were provided by the company. Thank you very much. And I looked at the note breakdown, and I think it was the tobacco and that honey. I don't know if it's honey or benzoin, but it was that note that definitely caught my attention, and I said, I have to try this. And I'm very happy with it.
I can't say I love this, but I can't say it's just what's the word? It's very interesting to my nose.
Yeah.
It doesn't smell like anything I've smelled before, and it's nice.
Yeah, it's very nice. Tobacco, honey.
But I don't necessarily get honey outright or tobacco outright. It's just something that intrigues my nose.
Yeah.
I like sniffing it again and again.
Yeah. It's a unique balance. Yeah. It is. The second to last one is called London to Mumbai. And let me see what I get from this one.
I had to read for myself. I was like, what are you talking about? London to Mumbai. Okay.
I don't know what I get from this. A lot of citrus, geranium, lavender. It's kind of minty. This is the one where I would feel it smells the most classy or gentlemanly. Kind of has like a fougere vibe with the lavender. Yeah, citrus, lavender.
Me no lovey lavender so much, so.
Yeah, that's true too.
That's my least favorite one of these.
Gotcha.
Can't love everything, come on.
No, that's true too. The last one is probably my least favorite.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That one's called Weekend Fontainebleau.
Awesome. And that
I don't know what the notes are, but let's see if I can pick out something. Aldehydes.
Yep. Yeah, that's definitely
This is a very dressed up woman. This is feminine, the most feminine.
And that's why I wasn't that crazy about it. Yeah. Floral.
It's very nice though. It is nice, but nothing that I would personally wear.
Right.
But I could see this wearing very nicely on a woman's skin. Absolutely. Yeah. If you love like Aldehyde 22 from Le Labo, or if you like Chanel Low number 5 or whatever that's called.
Number 5
Low. If you like that kind of stuff, you'll love this one.
Absolutely.
Not for me personally though.
It does have a vintagey vibe to it. And I think the last two kind of have like that classy vibe. Like this is a classic masculine smell, classic feminine smell. These kind of do things differently, and they go in like a more modern and urban direction, I would say. But I think there's something here for everyone. Yeah. So for that reason, I think it's a pretty solid house.
If I may, I really dig this one.
Yeah.
And I love this one after. And these two were pretty solid for what they were on a more softer side of things. For me, anyway.
I know a lot of these are set at 16% concentration. All of them are eau de parfum. All of them can be found for $150 if I'm not mistaken, and they're 100 milliliter bottles. So for a niche fragrance, I think that falls within an affordable price range.
Nice looking bottle. Nice design.
Really nice looking bottle.
Thanks so much for turning me on to this. This was fun.
Of course. No, absolutely. My pleasure. And a big thank you to IDEO Parfumeurs for providing us with these fragrances. I will be leaving links for purchase down below. Even if you're not interested in purchasing anything, maybe you can go on their website. I know they sell candles too, and they have a much larger selection than what you see here. So these are just some of the fragrances.
I didn't know that. What's their full range? Do you know?
I don't know, but I remember scrolling through the website and I saw names of some fragrances that I don't even have here. But there's definitely a lot to go around, large variety too.
You will find uniqueness here. I don't think these are outright copies of anything. And, a lot of these lines come out with mega releases at one time. You're bound to find a lot of copies and what have you. But this little selection was fun to go through for sure.
Yeah. As I'm smelling them, I can definitely tell that they're made from scratch.
Mhm.
You know, they're not necessarily inspired by another fragrance. They're just kind of inspired by the city from which they hail.
And they're polished, you know.
Yeah.
Nothing screamed here, even though the louder ones were a bit more aggressive per se, but nothing screamed here, and everything seemed pretty polished and well done, honestly.
Yeah, that's true. And I think that just goes to show the perfumer's artistic ability. So thanks again, everyone. That was episode 10 of Indecent Exposure. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel for future videos. Also, please make sure to subscribe to Carlos's channel. I'll be leaving his information down below as well. Please enable notifications by clicking on the bell, and we'll see. And we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye.
Take care.